Welcome back to our third video on unwritten rights. In this video, we're talking about the meat and potatoes of this subject. That is, boots on the ground. What are you going to do in order to prove or disprove unwritten rights? Number one, satellite and aerial photos. I have seen aerial photos of South Carolina dating back to the 1930s. Wow, this guy must have been a barnstormer flying with a camera. I have no idea, but you can find aerial and satellite photos from decades and decades ago. And if you want to show that the deed line is over here, but the tree line has been over here, and grandma's chicken coop has been built there for the past 70 years in the middle, where you're going to dispute the unwritten rights, then these photographs are fantastic. And I like to augment that by flying my own aerial photos on the day of the survey. So I've got lots of different photos from, I've got a case in Florida. We're going every 5 or 10 years from 1960 all the way to today. It's amazing. A lot's changed. Second, witness statements. I'm working on a telecommunications case where a group of workers has been in this facility for decades. And in order to augment the aerial photos, let's get a witness statement. The unwritten rights claimant says there's a fence over here, but we've been using this 5-foot strip of land all the way down the property. Well, let's get a statement from the workers, the employees, saying the fence was built before I came in and I've never seen it moved or updated or anything. It's a great statement. I had the same thing happen in a restaurant case where there was a dispute over a driveway. The employees, the servers, the cooks provided several statements that the driveway was set there, decades ago, never moved. So witness statements are very powerful because they have nothing to do with me, the surveyor, or you, the attorney. These are independent people coming in, and even better are witness statements by uninterested parties like neighbors or whatever. Now, after we've gotten our satellite aerial photos, after we've gotten our witness statements, the other thing to do is to see, what is the history of this property? What's been going on? In another case I had, there was a dispute over the western corner of this property, another 5-10-foot strip of land. And in the chain of title, where the neighbor is selling the property, the neighbor said in the chain of title, there is a dispute as to the location of this boundary, and we are not warranting any of this land on that strip because we're not going to be held responsible if we do not own it or if we do or whatever. So if you look at the chain of title in a property, you may find prior land surveys or statements by the prior owners disclaiming rights to this land. Who knows? But you're trying to show, if you're trying to prove unwritten rights, you're trying to show that your client or you have been using this property for its intended purpose, meeting all those elements for years. And it's amazing all the breadcrumbs that previous owners leave behind in the county records. And that brings me to my fourth and favorite, land surveys. Prior land surveys are fantastic to prove unwritten rights because they're reliable. They were done by a professional surveyor. They're very accurate and precise. There's accuracy requirements that are better than aerial photos. And third, those surveys may actually show some kind of hatched area or colored area of the disputed, polygon, so you can figure out if this has been going on for a while or if this dispute has just kind of popped up in short order. All right, just to recap, we've got our aerial satellite photos, prior land surveys, witness statements, by interested or uninterested parties. And finally, fourth, chain of title, Easter eggs or golden nuggets you find that are really useful. So if you're trying to prove unwritten rights, get ready because it's not easy, but I've seen it done before. Hope you enjoyed the video.